Thank you, Dr. Sen. I will request that we all take a moment of silence to honor those who have passed on, and especially for those medical workers who have risked their lives, many of them have lost their lives, to save others. So I think it's incumbent on all of us to honor those who passed away in our own special way, and thank the medical workers for their risks, as well as the experts, immunologists, and those who are working very hard for a cure and for a vaccine to get us out of this mess. To answer your question, I prepared something, but I don't know if it's applicable. I tried to put it on the screen. And it has to do with what is the impact of migration, COVID-19, and what are the challenges, but also what are the opportunities. I like to look at this as a form of an opportunity. So I will go through some notes here. While I will focus on the impact of COVID-19 on the Indian diaspora migration to USA and Canada, it will also include the global impact economically and socially. The current situation is that we have over 235,000 deaths worldwide, with over 64,000 in USA. And these could be underestimated, as reports may not be timely or accurate. The trend is increasing and quite alarming, affecting every country, some dramatically more than others. I'm living in the midst of the epicenter. And so we're locked down, and it's very nervous time for all of us, my family, as well as I lost a brother a week and a half ago. My wife lost an aunt the previous evening, and we have lost so many friends and families. The trend will continue to climb until and unless we find a vaccine or a cure and develop it effectively worldwide. This could take several months, but it will have a direct effect on migration. The impact, the economic impact, is estimated to be 20 to 25% slowdown in manufacturing, energy, services, and trade for the year 2021-22. And that's understandable because people are nervous, risky. Many businesses have gone out, many enterprises and establishments have gone out of business or may never come back, although they are trying. It affects society as a whole, the reduction in employment, because if business and trade is reduced by 20 to 25%, it follows that employment will be reduced at home, domestically, and it's abroad, the destination countries of USA, Canada, Europe, Oceania, and the Gulf states. So everything is intertwined, and it cannot be extricated without a solution. The effects of migration, the reduction, especially in India, where there's so many migrants from the villages to the cities in search of work, and now that opportunity will be reduced by similar amounts or more. Who knows? At this moment, we don't know the impact of that, and that will affect domestic migration. The reduction needs, if you look at the United States, there are 4.1 million people of Indian origin in the United States presently. Of those, about 250,000 are on H-1B visas, which may not be renewed because it's coming up in June for renewal. Most likely it will not be, and those who are here may be asked to go back. We don't know that yet because employment will be a big factor in the United States. If we lose 20 to 25% of businesses, then the H-1B visas will be dramatically cut, and that will affect skilled workers from India. There are exceptions, of course: medical workers, software designers, automation engineers, and bioengineering. So, in addition to that, we have a census 2020, which is done every 10 years, and we have seen the average of response drop from about migrants and the services representation they get in their respective communities. So the effect on unemployment in every sector except medical services and pharmaceutical, automation, and people are caught between a rock and a hard place. If you look at the effects on it, it affects mostly the poor and unskilled. And this is what we see with the effects of unemployment as well as the deaths in the United States. So, uh, Bridge Maharaj was correct. The poor and the unskilled are the first casualties of this war. If you look at situations where COVID-19 as well as the economic impact in Trinidad and Tobago, where Dr. Kumar is from, and many of our participants today, they've seen a drop in the price of petrol, oil and gas, uh, to about 15%, 20% of its value. Their budgets have gone crazy out of whack. More unemployment, more loss of services. In Guyana, newly found oil has dropped to $15 a barrel from the projected 56. So migration there will take another step, but migration to where? We don't know that yet. There's so many unknown as a consequence of this, more risky. Uh, but we have to look at the bright side that maybe a vaccine, not maybe, we are hoping positively for a vaccine or a cure. The risks will always be there for migrants. Indian people, as we all know, like to take risks for a better tomorrow, a better life for themselves and their children, their families. So they'll view this as a how do you judge between risks and benefits? And many will take the chance for a better place, a better way of life. Uh, we've seen that in the Gulf states. We've seen that in many migration patterns, even when my ancestors left in the 1860. So there will always be that urge to go somewhere, but we cannot stop that. But where they go to will be reduced in welcoming in terms of opportunities. The question is, what do we do as a people, and how do we advise, and how do we give them the right information? What are the obstacles and what are the opportunities? And a forum like this should be held constantly, regularly, to update the population of possible migrants, that what are the issues involved and what would be the is there going to be a welcome mat? And if we look at the opportunities now, which in every case there should be a silver lining, medical expertise, services, and pharmaceuticals, they will be desperately needed in the United States, in Canada, as well as Europe and other countries. Software and automation. The world is going towards this. Like today, we are on this forum, which is all digital. The world is coming to that. We held a wake for my brother, is all online. And more of that is happening. Innovation and entrepreneurship. There will be a vast need for that. So the Indians have done well in the United States and Canada, and I see more of that increasing. Bioengineering, which is most likely we will see more viruses, more epidemics. So preparedness with bioengineering would be something useful. And lastly, plant-based foods. There's tremendous opportunity in this now because the world seems to be catching on to the idea that plant-based foods is healthier, is better for the environment, is cheaper, and it's better for the person in health in all health aspects. So we're hoping for a cure, we're hoping for a vaccine, and I thank this organization for this forum, and I look forward to more. But let's keep our heads high and pray for a solution to this. Thank you, Dr. Sen.
Thank you so much, Ramsaran, and my deepest condolences for your loss. This must be such a traumatic time for you, but to think that you could put all that aside and you could join us and share your pain and your expertise with us speaks volumes. And I think your last line, I'm hanging on to that, that here's hoping that we are going to, move from here into a better tomorrow. And thank you once again for the deep insights that you have shared. And all of this we will discuss as we go along.